What's up, guys? Coach Gaglione here. I'm the head trainer of USA Para Powerlifting. I'm Coach Gaglione. This is Gaglione Strength. This is my man Garrison, who's on Team USA. And for those that's your first time stopping by, I've been involved with powerlifting and strength coaching for over 14 years. And I guess for the past like 2 years now or so.
About 2 years.
Lose track. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
So Garrison has competed in able-bodied powerlifting, and also is currently working towards becoming a world level and Olympic level athlete through power sport. In powerlifting, it's actually the bench press is an Olympic event, which is really cool. So he's working towards that. He's doing really well. And one of the things that's really important as you get to a high level, but you should start out, no matter what level you're at, is proper warm-up. Because better start's going to yield a better finish. So especially, Garrison is doing a lot of work just throughout the day in the chair, in a lot of internal rotation throughout the day. So really kind of warming up the chest, the shoulders, and also kind of activating the muscles in the upper back are going to be some key points, whether you are an able-bodied athlete or a power athlete. So the first thing we're going to do is a band pull apart. And you notice that we are trying to keep the wrists, elbows, and shoulders straight at the top, and squeezing the shoulder blades together. And he's coming in slow. So we're just trying to almost do like a reverse fly with the band. And we can do anywhere from 8 to 12 reps here. If you want less tension on the band, you can just grab half of it. Or use a thinner band, so you can just grab it like this.
Okay.
So if you're a little bit weaker, or you just want a little bit less of a stretch, you can also bring the hands. You don't want to bring the hands too far out, though, because then you're not having tension at the top. So if you grab it a little closer, it makes it a little bit more challenging. Don't work the band muscles, okay? All right. So another thing that we can do if you want to stretch the shoulders a little bit more, we want to stretch the pec, we can do a band over and back. So let's just see that. Good. So what we want to do is start with the shoulders shrugged down. As we come up, we're going to shrug the shoulders up, reach up and overhead. Good. If you want, you could also do some behind the neck pull down, so we can start up high. Pull behind the back, stretch a little bit. Let's grab a little bit closer this time.
Okay.
Think about doing a pull down, so we're going to keep the elbows bent at the bottom.
Okay. So like.
Good. So just think about like
right here.
Touching your traps. Yep.
Yep.
Chest up.
Now it's a lot of core because like when you have a spinal cord injury, sometimes your abdominal muscles are affected. So it's also a core workout for you too.
Just having to sit up tall like that, it's going to work a lot of mobility. So let's just touch here, hold, and then come back up. Good. And with any of these exercises, do a range of motion. Use a range of motion that you have, that you can own, and that you can tolerate. If there's any discomfort or pain, you don't want to kind of do that. You can also, if you want to warm up the chest a little bit, you can bring the band behind the back and do like a little bit of a fly. Almost think about giving yourself a hug. So you can do like a fly or like a press, and you can kind of mix and match a little bit. So let's do a couple of presses.
Okay.
That'll be a little bit more like kind of getting some blood in the around the tricep and on the elbow area. And if you want to warm up the chest and the shoulders a little bit more, you can come out wider and keep the arms straighter. Good. And depending on if you have like an anger cord or something like that, so something like this is great because you can just sit up on the bench. You can do this in your chair. You don't really need any special equipment. The band is super lightweight. So that's just like a really easy like warm up you could do. And if you wanted to continue to do some pull aparts like in between your sets of bench, we're going to kind of show that as well. So Garrison did a board press today, so like let's just pretend he did a set of bench, and then in between his warm ups. So let's just say he did a set of bench. So demonstrate for them. Yeah, you can just do a couple, and it's fine. And then you could just also do the pull aparts supine on the back as well. So you're just going to do just a set here. This is just to kind of show you an example. So obviously we'd work up to like a top set or something like that, or doing some volume or some speed work. Good. So this is just a board press. Let's just say just do 3 for now. So in between his sets of bench, let's do one more. If you want to continue to warm up a little bit or just get a little bit of additional volume from the bench, you can do the pull apart. So you grab your band and then actually lie back down and kind of work on this positioning like in a more specific position. Okay. So the last thing that we could do here, I want you to grab the band a little bit closer. I'm going to do kind of a reverse bench. And this is really good for kind of teaching yourself to stay tight. So think about just grow a little bit wider with your grip. And Garrison's never done this before, so this is kind of a live coaching situation. So we're going to come here, Keep the wrists, elbows, and shoulders in a straight line, so just like you're unracking the bar. So I want your shoulder, wrist, and elbows to line up. So just like you're taking the bar out.
Okay.
So you should be so coming out like here. More. Good. So if we kind of took the bar out, this would be kind of
this would be the way.
Yep. So this would be kind of like his start position here. So now all I want him to do is think about rowing the band towards his chest and spreading his elbows a little bit. So doing like a reverse row. Go. How does that feel in your upper back?
Good.
So I want to try to keep the wrists and elbows in alignment. So just kind of push forward a little bit and pull towards your chest. So this is kind of like a reverse bend. So what the band is doing is pulling him here. So that's kind of pulling his scapula out of position. So that's going to give him some static isometric contraction. How does that feel? So it's really teaching him to stay tight on the bench, because when you're pressing, you want to hold those upper back muscles static. So let's press up and push out. Spread the band. And then come back down. So this could be like a warm-up and spread as you come up. So that's something you could do in between your warm-up sets. I wouldn't do this. You don't want to be too fatigued on your top set, but let's say you warm up. Let's say you're working up to 315 for the day. You might warm up to, you might go empty bar, 135, 165, 195, 225, 255, 285. And then if your first working set is 315, you would do those band exercises in between to get some additional upper back volume, and also just practice stabilizing with the shoulder blades in the upper back. So how did that feel?
I feel pretty good. It got me drenched, and it kept my back contacted and connected with the bench.
So when it comes to warming up, whether you are a power athlete or not, we want to go from general to specific, so that like last drill especially, is going to be more mimicking the positions you're going to be when you're like in a competition situation and you're kind of activating those muscles. The stuff we did in the beginning was a little bit more general, like flies and stuff. They kind of mimic, but not quite. So we go from general to specific, and then the most specific is obviously practicing the competition lift and doing repetitions with lighter weight. So go from general to specific, and you'll do really well. And I think the band is a really great option for people, and you can get those anywhere you'd like. You could go to Amazon. You can get, I think you could probably find some rubber bands almost any gym you have. So you're training at a commercial gym or at home. So thank you guys for watching, and please subscribe if you want more future content. Check out the links below. Until next time, stay strong, and we'll see you soon.